Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about hormones. This is a huge topic that keeps coming up with a lot of people that I know, and it's something that's been really calling to me lately to talk about hormones. As you guys might know, I look into hormones a lot because I've always struggled to balance my hormones. So basically the gist, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but the gist of hormones is that if you're having concerns or issues around your hormonal health, then you most likely have hormone imbalance. Now, of course, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose you. So please check out your information with your doctor. Get your hormone levels checked. You can request to have them checked. It is a very intricate process, and they have to test you at certain times of the day for multiple days. And most doctors aren't inclined to do this. So finding a good doctor that can help you support your hormone health, and also if that's not working, seeing a naturopath that will support you in your hormone journey. But just take in mind that you will probably have to pay out of pocket to have proper hormone testing done through your naturopath. So those are just some options for you guys. So this is merely just to share information and to educate and help you on your journey of balancing your hormones. So if you are having an imbalance of hormones in your body, most likely you could be having a number of symptoms. So it could be anything from irregular to non-existent periods, to very heavy, severe periods where you have spotting between periods or all the time, acne, cystic acne, hair loss. There's so many other things, fatigue, exhaustion, lightheadedness. There's a number of things that can be going on. So be sure to check into other good sites and websites about different hormone deficiencies and get your levels checked so you can be sure to know what you're looking for. All right, so let's dive into hormone health and how to support your hormones, how to identify what might be going on, and just some of my tips and tricks on finding balance in your hormones. So hormones are a very intricate system in our body. So everything that we do affects our hormones. Every single moment of our day, our life as a female affects your hormones. So hormone balancing is a lifestyle, and it is a full commitment to your health. So I can't just tell you one thing and then it's going to fix what's happening in your body. Chances are that everything that you're doing in your life, in your day-to-day routine, is impacting your hormones. Everything you eat, everything you do, every task you have, every stressor you have, every piece of food you put in your mouth, all of those things are impacting your hormones. So take in mind that this is a process and a journey, and wherever you are in that journey, this is going to be a step-by-step process to balance out hormones. So this can take a long time, and it can take many years to find balance and find a good place with your hormones. So be patient with yourself. Don't stress about this process because the stress will not make anything any better. So let's dive into some things that you should be mindful of and some tips of mine that I think are really helpful in balancing out hormones. So the next huge pillar of our health and our endocrine system, which is our hormonal system, which is all of the things that affect your hormones, including your thyroid, your cortisol levels, all of those things, is your diet. So what you're consuming and putting in your body is so crucial. You're going to feel your best and your greatest when you consume really healthy, nutritious, well-balanced meals. So I'm not here to tell you to go vegan or vegetarian or whatever, keto, all of that stuff. Choose the diet that works best for you. It is honestly a trial and error process, and you can never just stick to one thing and be like, oh, this is it, because your body changes and evolves, and you have to just kind of like ebb and flow with the changes. So finding a well-balanced diet, whatever that is for you. However, my biggest recommendations for balancing your hormones is to cut out as much carbs as possible. So I'm not saying you have to go gluten-free or keto, but I'm saying reduce the amount of carbs you consume if you're having severe hormone issues, especially if you're PCOS prone or you think you might have PCOS, is another thing that you should also be getting tested for if you think that might be happening. So reducing the amount of carbs is really important for severe cases of this. Also reducing dairy consumption. So a lot of dairy products are hormone induced because they're coming from animals. So unless you're buying organic, non-hormone added milk and cheese and other dairy products, most likely the dairy you're buying has hormones in it. So think about what they're doing to our animals. So they're pumping the animals full of antibiotics and hormones to allow them to produce more milk and more stuff, more meat. They're allowing them to have babies more, and they're constantly just pumping them with hormones to create more demand to supply everything that's happening and everybody that needs all this milk supply, right? So if you're consuming a lot of dairy, a lot of milk specifically, there is a shit ton of hormones in that. So my first huge recommendation is if you're consuming dairy milk from a cow, absolutely stop. Unless you're buying organic, non-hormoned, from the health food store milk that you know has not been pumped through with hormones, because those hormones in that food are going in your body and they're impacting your hormonal system. So cut out that kind of stuff. And cutting out, just like being mindful of all the dairy that you consume. How much dairy are you actually putting in your body? Because dairy is a huge hormone disruptor, huge. So the next thing is sugar. So I'm not saying don't eat sugar, don't consume sugar, because we all love sugar, and I'm guilty of loving my chocolate more than I can tell you. But it is really important to limit the amount of highly processed sugars that you're consuming. If you're gonna consume sugar, think about like honeys, fruits, dark chocolate, healthier options. There's nothing bad about sugar if you're using the sugar to fuel your body, but if you are eating endless amounts of candy and sugar, it is taxing to your endocrine system. It is extremely hard on your hormones because sugar is a drug, and sugar gives you this crazy hit of energy and like this surge in your body. And it allows your levels to fluctuate like crazy. So it can be really taxing to the endocrine system because, you know, like when your periods do, you start to crave junky food or chocolate or things that are not good for you because your body is literally like, the hormones are fluctuating. So your body is telling you it needs something when it doesn't actually need it. So it is a really good place to stop and try and switch to a healthier option. If you're crazy in the sugar department and you're craving it like crazy, I recommend taking a magnesium supplement. I like to do a powder one that you mix in with hot water. That one like dissolves into the cup of water, and that one's a really good thing to help manage the actual like craving of sugar. So magnesium every day. Also broccoli sprouts, if you add them into your meals or into your smoothies, broccoli sprouts are really, really amazing for hormone support and supporting those cravings and helping balance them out. And then my biggest tip would be to like switch out any sugar craving that you have and try and make like fruit smoothies to help get that kind of sugary hit instead of reaching for the processed sugars and chocolates. Now moving into caffeine. So caffeine is a really big topic about how it impacts the endocrine system. So caffeine is really taxing on our bodies. So having 1 cup of coffee a day, okay, it's doable. You need it to not get a headache. It's fine to consume caffeine. And this is a hard one for me, but it is really taxing on your endocrine system. So what happens is you consume caffeine and it causes your adrenals to push a lot harder. So your adrenal glands are part of the endocrine system. They actually cause everything to pump overdrive because it's trying to push the caffeine through your body to process it because it's so much. So the adrenals kick in and they are trying to support your body and flush everything through. So essentially what happens is that your adrenals are pumping way over time and it is taxing to your endocrine system, which taxes your hormonal balances in your body because you're constantly pushing caffeine instead of hydrating the body. So there's a lot more science that goes into it, and I might not be quoting it in the exact scientific way, but you can look into it. It is connected. So that fight or flight system is also part of your adrenals. So your adrenals get impacted by the amount of cortisol rushing and surging through your body. So it all kind of works cohesively together. So anything that happens in the body, whether you put it in your body, you get anxious, you get whatever, everything is impacted. So here's a good example of how it taxes you. So you're not sleeping at night because you're so stressed out. So you're barely sleeping, you're overtired, you consume caffeine all day long. Your body is exhausted, so it's trying to pump through energy to keep you going. But then something scary or bad happens, or you get stressed out at work, so then your cortisol is pushing through your body to try and support you to get you through what's happening. You drink more caffeine, which runs down your adrenals, and then you're still stressed, and then you're still not sleeping. Then you go home, you're so pumped on caffeine, you can't sleep, so then you don't sleep, so then it starts all over again. And your body is constantly pushing cortisol to try and support you through all of the stress of your life, because you're not dealing with the stress, you're not sleeping. So it kind of all goes full circle, and we can get more into this. So there's a topic that you guys really like about this video. It's turning into a very long video, but if you really like it, comment down below and let me know which one you guys want to have a more deep dive on, because there's so much to talk about with hormones. But that's kind of the gist of how it works. So everything is cohesively moving together, and everything you put in your body is affecting everything. So your hormones get really taxed with caffeine and with just the overdrive of your body. It's not healthy for our hormones to be constantly pushed and strained with the caffeine consumption. So it's something to be really mindful of. So reducing the amount of caffeine by trying to switch to herbal options, or you think of those things, if you've heard of Four Sigmatic, they have mushroom coffee, which has less caffeine but has natural ingredients to support your system and to give you energy. So there's lots of really great options. I also have a really great essential oil concoction that I like to call it. It is where you put peppermint oil and wild orange in your hand, you rub it together, and then you actually inhale it. So you put it in, rub it in, put it like this and go, and you inhale the essential oils to invigorate and give you energy and give you a kick start of a waking up, I guess you could call it. So trying to reduce the caffeine consumption. So the next thing to look at is your toxic load. So this is a video that I will do specifically on toxic load, because there's so much to this. So starting to think about everything that you put on your body. So this goes from shampoo to soap to conditioner to your skin lotion to your face cream to your face mask to your nail polish. The list goes on and on and on. Your mascara, your makeup, your concealer, your lipstick, all of these products that you put in your body have a toxic load if you're not using natural organic products. So I have many videos on soaps and shampoos and skincare that are non-toxic and natural, that are not going to impact your endocrine system. But what happens is that companies put colorants and fragrances in their products, which actually affect your endocrine system. So fragrances are made from synthetic properties, synthetic chemicals essentially. So these chemicals actually absorb into your skin, and they absorb into your bloodstream, and they impact your endocrine system and impact your hormones hugely. This is one of the biggest contributing factors to your endocrine system, is the toxic load of the environment we live in. So all of that stuff, all of your household cleaners, and also any of the scented candles you might be burning in your home, air fresheners, aerosols, perfume, you name it, these things are so bad for you, it's not even funny. And I will discuss this in my other video because this is such a huge topic. But starting to look at the ingredients that are in your products and starting to be aware of what's in them, because it is a very big factor in a lot of things. So starting to look at that, that's my challenge for you guys, is to look into what's in your products. But some of the products I do recommend is Rocky Mountain Soap in Alberta. They are an amazing clean company. Arbonne has wonderful, healthy skincare and beauty products. And of course, doTERRA, they have a full line of essential oil skincare, which is all I use. And I have other videos on this on my channel, so you guys can check those out. But we'll discuss this more in the toxic load video that I will do. It's turned into a really long video, but it's a basic run on your hormones and what can be impacting them and what to look for and what to start thinking about, how you can start transitioning through these steps to a healthier, happier you. So comment below, let me know which one of these topics you guys really want to see a video on. I think I'm going to do a whole series, but please be sure to share what you think and what you feel and any of your concerns. Of course, my email is linked below. Be sure to like this video, share it with anybody that you think might need support in the hormone department. And of course, give me a subscribe down below if you guys want to join the Sharway crew, and check out my Instagram. It is linked here so you guys can see all of the stuff that's happening and stay up to date on any things that are going on. So with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.